Thank you for being here. This will be so when Jonathan, they are going to explain it, but Jonathan then presented this program in New York in the early 80s. And this film has recently been restored. The first screening of this restored copy was made in the festival South by Southwest. Louis Black is also one of the founders of that festival and of the Austin Film Society, and one of the directors of one of these shorts that belong to this program. I would like to thank them for having come from Austin and Jonathan from New York to be here with us. Jonathan, we will also have a great retrospective and pay a tribute to Jonathan Demme with the films you are going to see along the festival, and Jonathan will present some of them. Which one of you wants?
In 1981, Jonathan Demme visited me in Austin, Texas, mostly to hear music. He was very interested in the local scene. And the last night there, I said, would you like to see some local movies? And I showed him this program, because we had a projector in the living room. It was stacked by the projector. I showed him the program. He said, let's present it at the Collective for Living Cinema in New York, which we did in October of 1981. And one of the things we didn't even really think about was there was no regional cinema at the time. In the United States, films came from Los Angeles or New York. They didn't come from Austin, Texas. And it's a startling program. So the one thing I have to say to you is, the last film in the program, Invasion of the Aluminum People, is the must-see film in the program. So if you begin to think, okay, I've seen this all, I can leave.
No one's going to feel that.
Okay. You must stay for the last film. It's called Invasion of the Aluminum People, and it's remarkable. I think the program I'm very proud of, but the last film. And so it was remarkable that Jonathan saw these films. He was a very young filmmaker himself. He had just done the Citizens Band, and Melvin and Howard had attracted attention. I was in love with Cage Teeth and Crazy Mama and Fighting Mad, his earliest films. But he saw these films and supported these filmmakers in the middle of Texas and changed a lot of lives. Jonathan Demme.
Thank you. Thanks. I apologize for not speaking Portuguese. Permission to keep going with English? It's okay? Yeah, and now after 7 decades, I finally make it to Lisbon, and I should know Portuguese by now. I just want to say this, that to kind of like a couple of the things that Louis said. All of these films were made by very young people. And I think almost every one of them were musicians in kind of, this was the moment of punk and new wave. So all these kind of punk new wave musicians got together in little groups and made these films. I think they're each tremendously enjoyable. You can see the collective passion for cinema just oozing out of these films. Most of them are quite short. There's 2 films that I think I would have to say are abiding American masterpieces. One of them is Invasion of the Aluminum People, made by the dearly missed David Boone. He passed away very young, terrible. But he left a great, amazing, crazy legacy. You're going to love Aluminum People. Again, I think you'll enjoy all. And the other film that I think you'll be riveted by is the film called Speed of Light. That was made by Brian Hansen, who also died very, very young of meningitis. It's a film that you'll see, but it's just so permeated by the fact that this film was made and inspired by Texas. And it was Texas after the Kennedy assassinations. And it's at the end of Speed of Light. There's, which is very, you're in for a real treat here. But at the very end of Speed of Light, you'll see for just a moment, Brian Hansen put, made in Texas, gone. And that was, I'm pretty sure that was Brian's way of saying, and you know what we all feel about Texas, where the president was killed, but it also provided a great name for this program, Made in Texas. And we'll go away now so that you can watch it. But the other thing is that what's for me exciting is this program started in an apartment 30, however many years ago, and with lots of beer and enthusiasm. And here we are in Lisbon, Portugal, watching these films again all these years later. It's really so exciting. Thank you for coming. You're adventurous moviegoers. I hope you feel rewarded by what you're about to see. Thank you.